Here we go, game 2 of the play. Fires it around the near wing. Jaguars got a piece of it. Sloan up the wing for DeCamillis to the blue line. That clears. Jaguars dump it back in. Savory sends it down the left wing. Jaguars fire it back into Flyers territory. Sloan off the glass to the near half boards. DeCamillis on it. He'll skate it up through out of the blue line. Centering pass for Randall was picked off by the Jaguars. Quick shot off the blocker of Milks. To the near corner. Sloan chips it to the half boards. Randall's on it. Randall through center ice. Gets center ice and dumps it into the near corner of the Jaguars end. That puck rolls behind the net to the far corner. Hunter trying to get some space. DeCamillis in there with him. Hunter kicks it up. Jaguars play it back to the corner. Up the half boards. They'll bring it down the right side. Way lines up his man. Jaguars chip it around him. In over the Flyers' right side. Centering pass. Broken up by O'Shea and Andretti. To Kelly at the half boards. He chips it. Kept in by the Jaguars. They'll play it out front. Picked up by Way. Way to Telford down the right side. Telford gets the blue line. Fires on that. Kicked out. Andretti with the rebound. Doesn't get all of it. Telford buries it for the goal. Flyers goal scored by number 29, Callum Telford. Assisted by number 16, Nathan Andretti. Time of the goal, 8:29 to go in the first period. Andretti stepping in to take the face-off. One forward by the Jaguars to the blue line, kept out by Sloan. Jaguars chip it back in over the Flyers' blue line. They got it clear. Sloan to Andretti. Andretti peels back to the near corner, plays it behind the net to the far side. Kelly at the half board, slows it down, chips it to the blue line, but not out. Jaguars dump it around the boards behind the net. Sloan's there to send it around the near wing. Telford to the blue line. Jaguars keep it in. Back to Telford. They'll bring it up the right side. Centering pass to Kelly. Kelly through center ice. Brings it in over the blue line. Under pressure. Holds the line. Jaguars just do clear it. Telford clears. Brings it right back in the territory. Nickel in the near corner. Under pressure with Telford. Jaguars play it behind their net. To the far corner up the wing. To the blue line, squeaks past Jeffrey Stedman. Jaguars down the right side, in over the Flyers blue line. Out front shot off the side of the post. Rebound comes to the near corner. Sloan and Nickel pressuring with Telford. Jaguars wrap around attempt, coming out front, sorry. Jeffrey Stedman clears that to the near point. To the blue line, not out. Telford tries to kick it. Jaguars send it back in deep to the corner. Sloan behind the net to Jeffrey Stedman. He settles it down off the wing to the blue line, but not out. Jaguars at the half boards. Centering attempt. Jeffrey Stedman to Kelly. Kelly gets it to center ice. Jaguars clear and regain the territory. Shot out front. Brooks holds on to that one for the whistle. 6:44 to go in the first period. Nickel in for the faceoff. Through the referee's legs, Jaguars play back to the blue line. Lunny pressuring. Jaguars get it in deep behind the net. Out the near side, O'Shea breaks up that play, sends it behind the net to the far half boards. Jaguars on it, they'll dump it behind the net to the near wing. Lunny lifts the stick, couldn't get the puck. O'Shea to Nickel, up the wing to Lunny. He'll get to the blue line, just out. Gower pressuring in the neutral ice. He's got that in front of the Flyers bench. Nickel steps in, Lunny waiting at center ice. Nickel chips it forward. Jaguars pick it up with their own blue line. Jaguars down the left side, look at center. Lifted in around the wing behind the Flyers net. Savory tries to send it around the boards. That was stopped by the Jaguars. To the point, thrown on net, kicked out front. Milk swiping at a rebound. Pad save, another rebound, fired wide of the net. Gower gets it to the blue line, but not out. Shot, missed wide, rebound to the near wing. Lunny on it, in traffic. Lunny clears the zone. Lunny up through center, steps around the defenseman. In over the right side, Lunny under pressure, gets shoved to the corner, centers it. Picked off by the Jaguars, shot by Randall, missed just wide. Gower pressuring at the half boards. Randall picks it up at the blue line, shovels it back in, and the Jaguars to the blue line. Randall keeps it in. Good pressure to Lunny. He gets it towards the net. Jaguars pick it up, send it behind the net to the far side. Way pinching, breaks it up at the half boards. Jaguars to the point. Randall with the shot, just missed. Lunny off the wing to Jeffrey Stedman. He'll send it around the boards, back in deep. Hunter pressuring. Jaguars up the wing, light way. Keeps it in, shoves it back in behind the Jaguars net. Jeffrey Stedman at the blue line, holds his own, fires just wide. Hunter on the loose puck off the wing, intended for Way. He was out of position. That will roll all the way back into the Flyers territory. Way back to collect it behind his net. He brings it up the right side, backhand pass to Hunter, or through center ice and over the left side. Hunter in the corner, shakes off a slash. Hunter brings it to the near side, centers it for Randall. Randall's shot was off the shin guard of the Jaguars defense. Randall in the near corner, hits the brakes, sends it back the other direction. Still there, Jaguars get a piece to Sloan at the half boards. His shot was deflected. Jaguars through center in over the Flyers territory. Good back check by Sloan. DeCamillis on the loose puck, gets it to the half boards. Peels off with it. DeCamillis down the right side through center ice. He's in over the blue line alone as the rest of the Flyers were changing. DeCamillis behind the net to the far side. Doing a good job keeping possession as this line changes. Andrade behind the net out the near side. Andrade trying to get some space, looking for that pass. Dumps it into the corner for Kelly. Kelly behind the net. Jaguars strip it and they'll play it back to the near corner. Andrade's there. Hits the brakes again. Cutting back behind the net out the far side. Off the boards to the blue line. Savory back to Andrade on the half boards. Andrade with the shot. Deflected in front. Kelly on the rebound. Loose puck in front. Andrade got a backhand on it, but it slides wide of the net. DeCamillis with a backhand. Back to Telford with the shot off the blocker to the far corner. 2:50 to go in the period. Jaguars fired hard around the near wing. Squeaks past Sloan. We'll say he touched it, so no icing. Sloan back in the Flyers' end as the Jaguars get their change. Sloan Cross to Savory, off the far wing to the blue line and out. Jaguars ship it back in, they're offside. Kelly through center. Poke check by the Jaguars. Andretti was changing, didn't realize the puck was there. O'Shea gets bumped, but gets the puck to Kelly. Kelly lead pass for Nickel. In over the left side, steps around the defense. Bit of a hook, no call. Jaguars to the half boards. They'll send it up to the blue line. Jeffrey Stedman keeps it in. Shot blocked. Jaguars pick it up over the left wing. Falling. Jeffrey Stedman and O'Shea do a good job getting back. Jeffrey Stedman off the wing to Gower, waiting at the blue line. He sends it out front to Nickel through center. Nickel in over the blue line with Lunny. Nickel with the shot into the glove and held on to the whistle. 1:49 to go in the first period. The Flyers with a 1-goal lead. Nickel in for the face-off. One back by the Jaguars. Gower on the loose puck. He gets tripped up. Jaguars clear their zone up through past Jeffrey Stedman in over the left or right side. Centering attempt out front. Jaguars try to settle it down. Gower pressuring with O'Shea at the half boards. Ooh, I think we got a little one there. Gower sends it around the boards to the blue line. Nickel just missed it. He would have been off. Jaguars back in front, shot over the net, rebound out the near side. O'Shea pressuring. Gower intercepts that pass. Sends it to the corner. Back to Gower. He'll take it behind his net. 1:10 to go in the period. Gower off a skate. Lunny picks it up at center ice, chips it down into the Jaguars territory down the right side. Lunny picks it up, lets it go behind the net. Jaguars send that around the far boards to the half boards up to center ice. Savory's there waiting. Savory off the near wing for Gower. Gower gets the blue line with Nickel, cuts back to the middle, runs out of room. Sorry, that was Randall, not Nickel. Jaguars up through center, away with a good stick, breaks it up. Gower picks it up, brings it back into the zone. He'll play it out front. Jaguars intercept it to the blue line and out. Savory back at center ice. Up to Randall, he tips it in over the blue line to himself. To the near wing. Randall hits the brakes, picks up the loose puck. Off a skate of the Jaguar to the far or near corner. Deacon Mills pressuring. Jaguars send that down. They'll say icing's waved off. Jaguars in over the left side. Way back check. Shot. Pad save by Milks. Rebound. Clear to the Jaguars waiting at the face-off circle. Another shot. That missed wide. 2 seconds to go in the period. And the Flyers hold off a late period rush by the Jaguars to go to intermission with a 1-goal lead. All right, here we go to start the second period. And Grady in to take the face-off for the Flyers. And Grady wins it back. Kelly to Telford. He'll take it up the right side, gets centered, sends it down the wing. That'll roll behind the Jaguars' net to the near corner. And Grady and Kelly pressuring at the half boards. Telford steps in, comes out with the puck. Avoids a man shot. That hits a stick and goes high over the glass and out of play. Face off deep in the Jaguar zone. Andrade in to take it. Other one won by Andrade. Kelly to Sloan, shovels it back into the near corner. Telford gets boxed out. Kelly on the loose puck, tries to center it. Jaguars get his stick. They'll skate it up to the blue line and out. Chipped past Sloan down the left side. Kelly back in the Flyers territory. Couldn't get a hold of it. Wraparound attempt off the side of the net. Kelly picks up the loose puck, sends it to the far wing. Telford chips up. Centering pass for Andrade, who gets it through center ice. Steps around the defense. Andrade getting hauled down. No call. Where's the call? Jaguars up the right side. Centering pass through the middle. Stepped around Sloan down the left side. Shot. Pad saved by Milks. Kicked out to the near wing. Jaguars play it back into the corner behind the Flyers territory. Or net, rather. Chip to the near half boards. Kelly. Back to Jeffrey Stedman, who plays it behind the net to Sloan. Talk, boys. Back to Jeffrey Stedman up the near wing. He'll send that up to center ice. Jaguars turn, fire it right back in the Flyers' territory. Not where you want to be. Sloan in the far corner. Strip there. Telford steps in. They give him a hand. Sloan and Telford battling behind the Flyers' goal. Jaguars come up with it in the near corner. Centering attempt. Telford gets a piece of it to the near boards. Chipped back in behind the Flyers' goal by the Jaguars. Sloan on it in the corner to Nickel. Nickel to Telford, who clears the blue line. Jaguars send it right back in. Sloan fired towards the Jaguars' blue line. Stop there. They'll chip it into the Flyers' territory. Sloan to the far corner to Lunny on the half boards. Lunny with speed, takes it through center ice in over the Jaguars' blue line to the near corner. Lunny steps around one, walks in front, shoot! Off the pad and kick to the far half boards. Jaguars do that through center in over the Flyers' blue line to the right side. Way picks it up, hits the brakes. Nickel on the loose puck. Up to Gower at center. Gower fires it around the boards in deep in the Jaguars' territory. Hip there at the blue line. DeCamillis out, fresh out of the bench to Lunny at the half boards. Wade keeps it in. Gower has that in his feet. Lunny picks it up, gets it in front. Kicked out by the Jaguars goaltender. Gower in the corner. O'Shea pinching. Gets tied up. Gower backing him up with a point shot off the chest of the Jaguars forward. They'll play that down the ice, way at the Flyers' blue line. Gets it to DeCamillis, who chips it into the Jaguars' territory. Lunny with speed, picks it up in the near corner. Lunny gets tripped up. Jaguars off the wing. That'll go down for icing. 11:31 to go in the first period. The refs are letting them play. Nothing too bad so far. Randall in for the face-off. Bouncing puck picked up by the Jaguars. They'll send it off the glass to the blue line. Savory kept it in. Randall on the loose puck. Cuts back to the center. Shot was deflected. Missed just wide of the net. DeCamillis pressuring in the far corner. Jaguars play it back in deep. Hunter pressuring, trying to read that play. Jaguars to the near half boards. Savory at the blue line. Keeps it in back to DeCamillis. He settles that down onto his stick. Plays it behind the net to Hunter. Hunter at the far corner. Runs out of room. Randall helps him, gloves it down. Picked up by Randall. Couldn't quite get the stick on it to bring it out front. Misplay by the Jaguars. They'll pick it up and bring it down the left side. Jaguars in over the Flyers' blue line to the far side. Out front. Shot. They scored. They tie it up at 1. 10:41 to go in the second period. Let's get it back, boys. Andrade stepping in to take the face-off for the Flyers. How's that in his feet? Andrade meant to get it to Telford. Past him. Jaguars chip it into the far corner. O'Shea around the near wing for Kelly. To the blue line, but not out. Back in. Jeffrey Stedman sends it up the wing. That'll clear the zone. The Jaguars dump it right back in. They're offside. Jeffrey Stedman with time. To Andrade up to center to Telford. Telford in over the blue line. Offside. Andrade in for the draw. One back by the Jaguars into their own end. They'll play it up to center. Jeffrey Stedman. Across to Telford and over the blue line. Telford under pressure. Centers it just out of Andrade's reach. O'Shea pinching. Ties up his man. Jeffrey Stedman back at the Flyers blue line to collect the puck. Jeffrey Stedman up the near wing for Kelly. Jaguars play that back to the Flyers blue line. Jeffrey Stedman up to Telford. He's in over the blue line. Gets a shot off. Rebound. Andrade with the backhand off the pad. Kelly at the near half boards to Andrade in the corner. Andrade under pressure. He's got two on him. Kelly steps in. Puck comes to Jeffrey Stedman. He winds up. Shot. Tipped just wide by Telford. Rebound to the far half boards. Jaguars trying to drag it out. Kelly in there. Has it in his feet. Way at the blue line. Flyers are in offside. And now we got the whistle. 9:13 to go in the period. Nickel in for the face-off. Gets that to Lunny, to Savory. Savory backing up, tries to center it. Good effort by Savory to keep that puck out of the zone. Gower to Nickel. Nickel in over the blue line, comes to Gower. He gets that to the near corner, falls down his man, and he's going to the box for tripping. Flyers penalty number 18, Colton Gower. 2 minutes for tripping. 8:54 to go in the second period. So the Flyers with the penalty kill line out. Nickel stepping in to take the face-off. Nickel wins it back to Way. Way around the wing to the point. Shot blocked in front. Luke's got a piece of that one. Keep it on the outside. Nickel and Savory battling. Shot missed wide. Rebound to Lunny at the far half boards. He sends that down the wing. Nickel in on the forecheck, pressuring. Jaguars behind the net to the near wing. That'll come to Lunny at center ice. He sends that back down into the corner. Jaguars behind their net. Nickel pressuring. Jaguars play it at the far side. Cross ice to the blue line. Lunny with a good stick. Brings it to the blue line. Poke check there. Lunny back to Savory. Savory tripping. Way gets back with a good stick to the blue line, but not out. DeCamillis pressuring. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Back to Way behind the net. Way fired it off the attacker to Savory. He gets it to center ice. Jaguars play it back and forth through center ice while they change. DeCamillis pressuring. He gets tripped up. Jaguars back across to the left wing. And over the Flyers blue line, Lunny pressuring. 35 seconds to go on the penalty. Lunny got a stick on it, clears it to center ice. Jaguars dump it back in. Way fires hard down the ice. Lunny, he'll win that foot race. Gets it to the far corner, holds onto it. Lunny drags it behind the net, brings it out front. He's got Randall. Lunny to Randall on his backhand. Randall spinning, fires just wide. Jaguars on the loose puck behind their net. Randall pressuring. Jaguars to the far half boards, played back in deep. Up to their blue line and out. Jaguars down the right side and over the Flyers blue line. Jeffrey Stedman pressuring. Back to even strength. Sloan behind the net, sends it around the far wing to center ice. Jaguars dump it right back in behind the Flyers net. Randall on the loose puck. Up the left wing, through center. In over the Jaguars blue line, cuts through the middle. Randall runs over the goalie, nets off. I think they're all right. Randall looks like he felt that one. Andretti stepping in for the faceoff. 6:24 to go in the period. Jaguars off the boards, passed away. O'Shea trying to get back. Jaguars in over the blue line. Shot, missed wide rebound to the near half boards. Kelly through center to the far wing, picks it up. Way trying to get back, runs over his man Kelly with the puck in the far corner. Jaguars to the half boards. O'Shea keeps it in, gets it to Telford. He plays it around one. Telford behind the net, throws it in front. Kelly with the shot, he scores! Flyers goal scored by number 86, Levi Kelly. Assisted by number 29, Calvin Telford. 5:51 to go in the second period. Andretti in to take the face-off for the Flyers. Andretti gets that back to Sloan, to Savory on the right side, left side, sorry, up to Kelly. He'll chip that in over the blue line. Bit of interference. Jaguars off the wing. Savory at the point. Flyers just wide of the net. Sloan pinching, gets it into the corner. Jaguars around the near half boards to the blue line and out. Savory with a good stick, breaks it up right at the blue line. He plays it in deep. Telford gets the puck. Centering attempt to nobody. Sloan in over the blue line. Bouncing puck. Jaguars clear it up to center. Kelly pressuring. Savory up to Telford. He plays it behind the back, just in over the blue line. Clear to Andretti at center ice. Sloan to Telford. Telford sends it in to the Jaguars' end. Falling, manages to get back up off a knee and keep that one off the side of the net. Nickel pressuring at the near half boards with Kelly. Loose puck comes out. Clear to center ice. Jeffrey Stedman to Nickel. Nickel at center. Swipes at it with Kelly. Again. Jaguars chip it down the right side, just in over the Flyers blue line. Jeffrey Stedman brings it out. Lead pass for Gower down the right side, in over the blue line. Gower stops, centers it to Nickel. Had that in his feet, his stick was tied up. Jaguars bring it out over the centering pass, in over the Flyers blue line. O'Shea runs his man down. Plays the puck off the outside, up to Nickel. Nickel to Lunny at center. Lunny in over the blue line. Takes it to the far corner, gets a shot off. That one missed just wide. Jaguars up to the blue line. O'Shea. Got beat. Jeffrey Stedman getting back. Jaguars. Shot off to Toro Milks. Keeps it on the outside. Going out front. O'Shea Plays it out to the near wing. Way back to the blue line, and the Flyers are going back to the penalty box for something. I'm not sure what. Way back to the blue line. Shot blocked in front. Money touches it for the whistle. And Nickel going to the box. 2 minutes for body contact with 3.5 minutes to go in the period. I guess they didn't see the 3 head contacts in that rush. It's okay. It's late. They're old. We'll forgive them this time. Yeah. Flyers got their power play line back out. Randall stepping in to take it. Randall on the face-off. One back by the Jaguars. Quick shot. Blocked by the ref. Comes out beside the net. Savory fires it down the ice. Randall, he's on his horse. He'll pick it up. Hits the brakes. Just overskated it. Jaguars back check. Pick up the loose puck. They'll play it out the left side to center. Savory breaks up that rush. Tries to shovel it forward to Randall. DeCamillis up the wing. Randall picks up the loose puck. Steps around the defense. Randall through the middle. DeCamillis. Way at center. Breaks it up. DeCamillis picks up the loose puck. Turns it around the other way. Fires on net. Just wide. Rebound. Sits down behind the Jaguars goal. Jaguars play it up the left side. Through Shanner. In over the Flyers blue line. Way keeps it on the outside. Backhand pass to DeCamillis. He chips it just out up to center ice. Randall pressuring. Jaguars bring it back in over the right side. Through traffic. DeCamillis tips it on the outside. Way ties up his man. Jaguars through the blue paint. DeCamillis had his stick lifted just at the last second to the near half boards. Randall gets that across to Way. Way sends it down the near wing. That'll go all the way into the Jaguars territory to the far corner. Hunter, fresh off the bench, he's pressuring. 30 seconds to go on the penalty. Jaguars around the near wing. Good pressure by Hunter. Breaks it up. Telford stabs at it, gets it to the far corner. 15 seconds to go on the penalty. Telford pressuring the Jaguars, playing it back into the far corner. To the far half boards. Now they'll bring it up through center ice. Jaguars in over the Flyers blue line, down the left side. Back to 5-on-5. Shot through the blue paint. Hunter in the corner, gets it to Telford. Telford, backhand pass to Nickel at the blue line. He clears the zone. Jaguars bring it back in, offside. 1:15 to go in the period. The Flyers managed to kill off another one. Andrade in to take the face-off for the Flyers. Wins that back to Way. Way to O'Shea. O'Shea to Telford. Telford chips it up the wing. Just stopped there at center ice. Jaguars dump it back in behind the Flyers goal. Way's back to collect it. Way hard off the glass to Telford waiting at the blue line. Telford to Andrade to center. He pulls it back in over the Jaguars end to the far corner. Telford with the shot. Loose puck. Kelly to Andrade. Andrade in the corner, plays it back to Way. He settles it down at the blue line. Running out of room. Kelly backs him up with the blue line to Telford. Telford circling. Drives to the net. Loose puck. Andrade with the backhand. How is that not a penalty? To Telford out front. He couldn't bury it. Jaguars get a stick to the blue line and out. Play it up to center ice. O'Shea boxes his man out. Kelly picks up the loose puck and shovels it down towards the blue line of the Jaguar zone. 15 seconds to go in the period. Andretti at center with Way. Jaguars down the right side. They're cutting towards the net. Shot. Pad saved by Milks. He'll squeeze and hold that for the whistle. Eight seconds to go in the period. Face off deep in the Flyers territory. Nickel in to take the draw. Nickel wins it back. Fired up to the blue line and out. Jaguars turn and dump it into the Flyers territory. They can just hold it, and that'll do it for the period. Flyers up 2-1 after the second period. Here we go to start the third period. Flyers with a 2-1 lead. Nickel in for the face-off. Nickel wins it back to Gower. Gower to Savory. Savory up the far wing to Gower, who pokes it past the defense. Nickel picks up the loose puck. Nickel shot over the top of the net. Comes to Sloan at the near half boards. He pinches. Gets it out front for Gower. Gower fires. On target and held for the whistle. Nickel back in for the face-off. As the puck tied up in the referee's skates, Jaguars behind their net, played up the near wing. That squeaks past Lunny. Sloan kept it in, gets it back to Lunny. This centering attempt goes to the Jaguars, who played up the half boards. Sloan in deep. Nickel backing him up at the point. Gower comes out with the puck, fires on target and held for the whistle. Now the referee's taking kids out. Flyers change their line. Randall it for the face-off. Plays that back to the blue line. Jeffrey Stedman, good job keeping it in. Shovels it to the near corner. Jaguars behind the net out the far side. Played to the half boards. Hunter got there. Randall pressuring Jeffrey Stedman at center ice. Off the wing to Hunter. He plays that through the middle. Randall runs out of room. Jaguars pass that up to center ice. O'Shea pressuring. Jaguars step around and win over the blue line. Randall with a good back check. Breaks up that rush. Kicks it up to his feet. Runs out of room. O'Shea. Jaguars commit with it. Their front shot. That one missed just wide. Rebound. Cleared to the near wing. To the point. Shot through traffic. Tipped over the net by a high stick. Jeffrey Stedman touched it to negate the whistle. Randall to Hunter at the half boards. He chips at it. Randall pressuring. Comes to O'Shea. Quick shot. Milks holds on to that one for the whistle. I can't do it. Andretti in for the face-off for the Flyers here. One back by the Jaguars. Played across to the opposite side. In deep. They'll play it off the backboards behind the net. Back to the far corner. Jaguars cycling the puck in deep in the Flyers territory. Telford and Savory battling. Jaguars come up with it. Throw it out front. Off the side of the net. Way clears his man out. Savory to Telford. He plays it to the half boards. Way to Andretti at the blue line. He gets a bit of a high stick. Telford comes through the crowd. Gets it in over the Jaguars blue line. Jaguars pick it up right away and they'll play it out the far side. Kelly dumps it back in. Telford clears and the Jaguars clear that back up to center ice. Savory off the wing to Telford. Telford in over the right side, steps around the defense. Quick shot, that was blocked. Outlet pass was also blocked. Jaguars play it down the left side. Andretti loses his stick. Way back to touch it. And the Flyers are going back to the penalty box for tripping. Flyers penalty, number 16, Nathan Andretti. 2 minutes for tripping, 12:15 to go in the third period. So home team refs or what? Gower in for the face-off. Under pressure, Gower. Hold on to it, loose puck, Gower. Quick shot, doesn't make it to the net. Rebound played off the side of the net. Gower to Sloan. Gower gets a piece of it there. He'll send that down the ice. Lunny pressuring. Lifts the stick. Gets the puck in deep to the far corner. Jaguars play it around to the far half boards. Gower stepping in. Back to Lunny to Gower. Gower under pressure. Shakes off a bit of a hit. Gets the puck to behind the Jaguars goal. Jaguars up the left side. Change tactics in over the right wing of the Flyers blue line. Through the middle. That missed just Sloan's stick by about an inch. Jaguars in the near corner. Played through the feet of Lunny to Gower. Off his skate. Back to Sloan. Sloan fires down through center ice into the Jaguars territory. Lunny again in a foot race. Shakes off one. Both of them go in hard. Where's the call? 40 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Jaguars through center in over the Flyers blue line. Out front. Miss shot and Milks makes the save. No. .35 seconds to go on the penalty. Nickel in for the face-off. Nickel back to Way. Way fires down the ice. Just wide of the net. Randall will pick that one up behind the net. Hits the brakes. Has Nickel in front. Randall to the far corner. Off the wing to Way at the blue line. Way steps around one. Shot was deflected. Jaguars. Right back through center. O'Shea bumps his man. Way off the near wing. 5 seconds to go on the penalty. Jaguars taking it easy, picking up the puck. Right up the near wing, back to 5-on-5. Jaguars to the blue line, just out. O'Shea tries to shovel it in. Jaguars pick up the loose puck down the left wing. In over the Flyers blue line to Way. Way. Waiting. Andretti picks up the loose puck behind his net. Changes directions off a Way's stick. Centering pass off Milks. Loose puck. The Jaguars score to tie it up. 9:49 to go in the third period. Miscommunication out there in the far corner of the Flyers' end cost that goal. Randall in for the face-off. One forward. Savory down the left side. Icing waved off. DeCamillis and Randall pressuring up the wing or to the half boards. Savory in tight. Randall comes up with the puck. Shovels it to the net. DeCamillis had to hop over a stick. He gets all down, picks it up in the near corner. He gets bumped. Randall stepping in to help him out. DeCamillis kicking at it. Randall keeping an eye for the loose puck. Comes to the near board. Sloan in deep. Pinching, gets it to Randall. Randall had that stripped. Back to the blue line. Randall kept it in with Sloan. To Hunter. Hunter in the near corner. Hits the break. Centering attempt off a stick. That trickles behind the net out the far side. Jaguars to the half boards. Savory in to keep it in. Jaguars turn and fire that down for icing. .8:48 to go in the period. Andretti in for the faceoff. Wins it back. Jeffrey Stedman with a quick shot. Telford trying to block. Held for the whistle. Andretti back in for the faceoff. To Kelly, he gets tripped up. Jaguars down the right side. Tried to lift it past Jeffrey Stedman. He sends it back to Telford. Telford and Andretti in over the blue line, offside. .8:30 to go in the third period. Andretti in for one more. Loose puck just past Kelly. He'll send it down the right or left side into the Jaguars territory. Off the wing, Kelly's there. Quick shot from a steep angle, missed just wide. Rebound comes to the near blue line. O'Shea's there. Jaguars pick it up. In over the left side. Centering pass behind everybody. Kelly picks up the loose puck. Tries to send it to Telford. O'Shea backing him up. Gets it out of the zone. Jaguars right back in. Jeffrey Stedman with a good back check. Quick shot. Bad save by Milks. Andretti to Telford off the wing. Telford steps around one. Gets a hook. And Jaguars play back into the corner. O'Shea drives his man along the boards. Telford trying to dig it out. Does get it to the near corner. Jaguars back in deep to the near side. Telford and O'Shea battling. Jaguars come up with it. Out front, quick shot. Bad save by Milks. O'Shea clears the rebound out of there. Passed across to the near point. Dumped back in deep by the Jaguars. O'Shea pressuring. Gets the puck to the blue line, but not out. Shot steered wide by Milks. Jeffrey Stedman around the far wing. Kept in by the Jaguars. Andretti reaching for it. Kelly pressuring along the far wing. Jeffrey Stedman behind the net. Jaguars come up with it to the near corner. Change directions behind to the far side. Back in deep behind the net. Jeffrey Stedman. Flyers need a good change. Kelly lost it at the half boards. Jeffrey Stedman finally clears it to center. Jaguars back in over the left wing. They'll play it behind the net to the far corner. Jeffrey Stedman gets it to Way. Sends it to the half boards, but not out. Back to Jeffrey Stedman in the corner. He got a piece of it. Nickel, fresh off the bench. Jeffrey Stedman, he fires that down. That'll go for icing. As the Flyers needed a change. 6:23 to go in the third period. Nickel in for the faceoff. Nickel wins it back away. He fires behind the net to the near side for Lunny. Lunny picks it up at the half boards. Up just out of Gower's reach, but the shot's on net. Steered to the near corner. Gower pressuring. Gets the puck to Lunny. Lunny back in behind the net. He'll take it out the far side. Hits the brakes in the corner. Centering attempt. Jaguars play that back. Comes to Way at the blue line. He fires off the post. Rebound. Cleared out of the way by the Jaguars. Savory pinching. Jaguars bring it back the other way and over the Flyers blue line. Lunny with a great back check. Here's the man off of it. Lunny to the blue line. That'll clear. Jaguars pick it up back at center ice. They'll send it down the right side behind the Flyers goal. Savory picks it up in the near corner. Savory to Lunny. Lunny steps around one. Starts skating through center in over the blue line. Lunny to the middle. Gets some pressure. Loose puck. Picked up by the Jaguars in the near corner. They'll play it behind the net to the far side. Nickel pressuring. Comes to the blue line. Savory picks it up at center. Fires it back in. Jaguars break out the left side through center and into the Flyers blue line. Chipped it down deep to the far corner. Way leaves it there for Randall. Randall under pressure. Way holding his man. Jaguars come up with it. Loose puck in front. Gower gets it to the blue line. DeCamillis gets tied up. Savory couldn't clear the puck. Way swinging at it. Back to Savory. Gets it to the near half boards. Randall on the loose puck. Chips it down through center and over the Jaguars blue line, but just. Jaguars play it back to the Flyers end. Savory to Way. Way up the middle and over the blue line. Way with the backhand. Loose puck. And the Jags goaltender jumps on that one for the whistle. Randall with the face-off. DeCamillis just overskated it. Jaguars up the left side. Passed across the opposite wing. Jeffrey Stedman settles the puck down off the boards to Hunter. Hunter under pressure. Puck comes back into the Flyers territory. Sloan to DeCamillis at the blue line. He drives it out. Randall chips it down the wing. In over the blue line. Lost his stick. Hunter on the loose puck, catches an edge. Randall pressuring with no stick. DeCamillis. Get your stick! Puck comes back to center. Cross ice for Hunter. Settles it down, but the Jaguars bring it back the other way. Jaguars get center, send it down the left wing. Behind the Flyers net. Jeffrey Stedman plays it around the wing. Jaguars back into the corner off the linesman. Randall off the boards. Jaguars play it back in the zone. Andrade to Sloan. Up to Telford down the right side. Telford gets center. Sends it towards the Jaguars blue line. Tripping. Telford on the loose puck. Cuts into the middle. Shoots. Bad save. Rebound kicked out the far side. Kelly in the corner. Comes to Jeffrey Stedman at the point. He fires it in deep. Andrade slides it to the net and covered for the whistle. How many more warnings are you going to give him, ref? Just under 3 minutes to go in the third period. Andrade in for the faceoff. Andrade wins it back. O'Shea fires off the pad to the far corner. Andrade battling. Squeaks past the Flyers winger. Passed way down the right side in over the Flyers blue line. Jaguars behind the net. Wraparound attempt. Good back check by the Flyers. O'Shea gets hauled down. Telford tries to play to the blue line and out. Jaguars keep it in. O'Shea in the near corner. Lost his stick. Jaguars come up with it. Out front. Andrade does a good job clearing that puck out of the way. Way behind the net. Up the near side to the blue line, but not out. Jaguars are in deep. Telford pressuring. Jaguars play it back behind the Flyers' goal. Thrown out front off a skate. Shot blocked in front. Andrade plays it back out in the middle. Shot. Milks. Makes the save and holds on to that for the whistle. 2:04 to go in the third period. Nickel in for the face-off. Face-off one. Savory gets it to the blue line. Gower just got stripped. Jaguars back into the near corner. Sloan on his man. Stop skating. Nickel in the corner. Up to the wing for Lunny. Got past him. Shot. Milk scoops that up for the whistle. .147 to go in the third period. Nickel in for the face-off. One forward. Lunny back to Nickel. He clears up through center. Tipped by the Jaguars. Gower pressuring back in their zone. Jaguars off the far side. Savory pressuring. Picked off there by Nickel with a good back check. Gower shovels it in over the blue line. Jaguars up the left side. Backhanded into the Flyers territory. Ison waved off. Savory chips it to the corner. Sloan and Nickel. Nickel fires it around the far wing to the blue line, but not out. Jaguars back in deep. Savory across ice for Lunny. He'll pick that up and escape through center ice. Lunny in over the blue line. Runs out of room, Lunny, along the near wing. Gets it to the corner and then gets pushed off the puck. Flyers defense managed to change. Off the wing, Jeffrey Stedman lets a shot go. That was deflected wide. DeCamillis in the far corner. Gower stepping in to help. Gower walks off the boards. Backhand shot.